Hello there. The new working week will start off on a relatively calm note for many of us, and the heavy rain that we have seen across Scotland this weekend is now easing off, turning lighter, but still some drizzly outbreaks persisting throughout this evening and overnight, probably pushing southwards into parts of Northern Ireland, maybe into the far north of England as well as we head towards dawn on Monday morning. Fair amount of cloud and fog perhaps pushing into western coast of England and Wales, so turning quite murky here, but a few clear spells remaining elsewhere, and underneath that we might see temperatures drop down into single figures in a few locations as well, relatively cool across the far north of Scotland. But where the cloud is thickest, across those central areas, really quite mild and won't drop much below 15 degrees Celsius. So there will be a fair amount of cloud around as we start off Monday. Again, the thickest of that across Northern Ireland, southern Scotland into northern England. Some drizzle to begin with, but easing off a touch later. A much drier day for Scotland compared to what we have seen over the weekend, and some brighter, sunnier spells trying to poke through that cloud as well as we head into the afternoon. The cloud in the west will burn its way back to the coast, but it could linger in a few places throughout much of the day. But head further inland and there will be some sunny or bright spells to try and enjoy as well. Temperatures notably above average for where we would normally expect them at this point in October. Usually we'd be around 12 degrees in Scotland, 16 degrees across parts of southern England, so some places around 5 to 8 degrees Celsius higher than what we'd normally expect. Eastern areas of the UK will see a fairly fine end to the day as well, holding on to some of those sunny spells and then clear intervals into the overnight period as well. The cloud, though, will push its way back into the west as we head throughout the night, perhaps a bit more extensively for the north of the Channel Islands and then into southern coast of England as well. Turning windier for parts of Scotland as we see outbreaks of rain returning once again into the north and west. But many of us again will see a relatively mild night. A lot of our towns and cities holding up around 12 to 14 degrees Celsius. The rain in the northwest then is associated with a frontal system, and that is steadily going to push its way southeastwards as we head over the course of this week. So many of us will see it at some point over the next few days or so. It starts off its life in the far northwest. It's not going to be as heavy as the rain that we have seen over the weekend, but it is falling over very saturated ground, which does bring the risk again of some localised flooding and disruption, just to exacerbate some of the impacts that we have seen of late. So it is worth staying vigilant and taking care. For Northern Ireland, the best of the sunshine first thing before the cloud begins to build later on in the day. And again, some of that cloud lingering along coastal areas of Wales, Western England and across the far south as well. Again, central areas of England over towards eastern areas as well, seeing some hazy sunshine at times really. There will still be some wispy cloud coming through at times, so can't guarantee wall-to-wall sunshine, but some brightness certainly in there. And it will again feel relatively summer-like with those temperatures climbing towards 22, 23 degrees Celsius in the south, closer towards 17 or 18 degrees Celsius for parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. This rain will continue its journey southwards into Wednesday, so by the time we reach the middle part of the week, probably sitting itself around central areas of the UK, parts of northern England, central England, as well as Wales, seeing potentially heavy outbursts of rain at times. The far south will hold on to that warmth during the middle part of the week, but behind the frontal system we'll start to see some cooler conditions moving in. So Belfast, Edinburgh, now more around 13 degrees Celsius, where we normally would be at this time of the year. We'll provide further updates on all of that, though, as we head throughout the rest of this week. So do make sure you're up to date with that and following us across all of our social media channels. And we'll be back with you again very soon. Bye-bye.